Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Gwen Panda TV back in here with another video. And I know it's been a minute, guys, and it's been roughly a week, but I'm back and I'm gonna try and keep these video uploads consistent, even though it's gonna be a little bit hard because I am back in school. So the next 4 to 5 months is gonna be really hard to keep my video upload consistent. But I'm gonna try it just for you guys. Basically, in this video, I'm going to be doing a remake of I'm going to be doing half of my remake for this video of my best OBS settings, or best OBS Studio settings for streaming. I will be making the best OBS Studio settings for recording video right after this. I'll leave a link down in the description to that video if you're interested. But without further ado, let's get into this tutorial. It's going to be in simple. Just switch it over to advanced so we can get started with this. And for your encoder, in the previous video I did tell you guys that NVNC, if you had a graphics card in general, was the best encoder you can go with. And and at this point of making the video, that is false, completely bullshit, because NVNC I thought was a good encoder, like a really good encoder. But until I switched to X264, after a friend told me to switch to X264 because he said that you can get better quality out of X264 encoding than you can get off of NVNC, I went ahead and tried X264, and oh my god, X264 is way better detailed, a way better encoder in general than NVNC. So if you guys don't know what my next response is your encoder, I suggest you guys go with the X264. This is going to be checked by default, so just leave it as is. A lot of people tell you to click on rescale output and set it to 1280 by 720. I don't do that at this point because in video settings I downscale from 1920 to 1280. So yeah, your rate control, you want to keep a constant bitrate because you don't want your bitrate to fluctuate. Makes your stream look laggy, makes your stream look choppy, and makes your stream pixelated at times. So best rate control for streaming, constant bitrate. Your bitrate now goes with your internet. I'm gonna put a graph right now in the video in detail of what kind of bitrate you should have and what kind of resolution you should stream at, dependent on what your internet speed is. So now that you guys have seen the graph, go ahead and go with the bitrate you're gonna get dependent on your internet speed and your resolution. So my internet speed is 6 upload, roughly 6 upload. You know, it can be 5.80 on a bad day, it could be 6.5 on a good day, but roughly, or I should say averagely, my bitrate is at 6 megabits per second. So I just use 50% of my upload speed, which is 3000 bitrate. And you know, just put the bitrate I suggest you guys to go with dependent on your internet speed. So yeah, that's bitrate. Keyframe interval seconds is 2. I always keep it at 2. I don't know, I researched it and a lot of people were saying the best keyframe interval for streaming is 2. Your CPU usage, now this has to do with your CPU. If you have a decent CPU, I suggest you stick with very fast, because it is very hard to push your CPU to faster unless you have a really good CPU. If you have an average to a little bit below average, I suggest you go very fast. If you have a really bad CPU or a not too updated CPU, you can go with super fast. If that doesn't work, go down to ultra fast. But I will make this disclaimer: if you go higher, you will get better performance, but you will get worse you'll get a worse looking stream, as in lower detail, more pixelation, and stuff like that. If you go lower, it is a total opposite, where your stream will look a lot more detailed, a lot less pixely, a lot more clean, but it will use a lot of your CPU usage. So if you don't have a good CPU, and I'm talking about a good CPU like a 6th gen Core i7, I don't suggest you going lower than very fast. For your profile, I usually keep mine at main. I mean, some people put it at high. Main, I guess it's just a personal preference. I mean, there isn't really big of a performance boost, or a, I don't know, there's not a big difference. I just go with main. Click apply, go to your audio settings. I'm gonna go through the audio settings briefly. You know, your desktop audio, I usually keep mine at default because I want all of my audio from my PC to go into the stream. For your mic, very simple, whatever mic you're gonna use, select it, apply. Let's go and move on to video settings. Now for your video settings, this base canvas resolution has to do with whatever your monitor's resolution is, the one that you want to capture your stream at. Excuse me. So basically, I have two monitors. I have monitor 1, monitor 2 right here. Monitor 1 keeps my OBS, my Twitch chat, my Spotify, stuff like that. My second monitor is the one I game in. That's usually where all of my games go, CSGO, H1Z1, stuff like that. Any other game that I'm gonna stream, it's gonna be on monitor 2. So my OBS settings are set up with monitor 2. Now, depending on what your base resolution is for the monitor you're gonna be streaming on, you're gonna want to set your base resolution to that. So if you have a 1600 by 900 resolution monitor, that's what your base resolution is. If you have a 1920 by 1080 monitor, just like I have, you're gonna put it at 1080. Now your output resolution, which is a downscale resolution, is gonna be 720, because Twitch, if you are non-partnered with Twitch, Twitch does not allow you to stream above 3500 bitrate. And what that means is you're not able to stream at 1080p because of how low your bitrate is, being a non-partnered, or how low the maximum bitrate you can go to is without being a partnered streamer. So the best resolution you can go for a non-partnered streamer at 3500 bitrate or 3000 bitrate is 720p. Your downscale filter, this is where I did my research as well compared to the previous video. In my previous video, I'm pretty sure I said go with bilinear, which is the crappiest downscale filter you can go with. What else did I get from that article? Oh, by the way, from that article, I also got that if you go with Lanczos, it's gonna look way cleaner than bilinear, but the catch is, or it's not even a catch, it's actually a plus, that you can make your stream look a lot crispier without even affecting your performance. So Lanczos sharpen scaling 32 samples is a must for keeping your stream clean and crispy. Your frames, this is totally personal. I'm not even gonna go through this. I stream at 60, you can stream at 30, it doesn't matter. Unless your internet speed isn't fast or your PC can't support it, then you would have to lower it down depending on your situation. But 60, 30, 48, whatever you want. Hotkeys, totally personal. I'm not even gonna go through this. Advanced doesn't really matter. There's not really a setting you want to mess with in advanced. And yeah guys, that's the end of the video. That's basically the best settings, or in my opinion, or from my experience, the best settings for streaming 720p 60 fps in OBS Studio for Twitch. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna do a self-promotion now. I know this looks a little bit fucked up and kind of mean, or not kind of mean, but kind of disrespectful for me to do this, but it's just self-promotion in my channel. If you guys want to check out my stream, link down in the description, annotation on the screen right now. Go ahead and make sure to leave me a follow on Twitch, so you guys know whenever I'm streaming. You guys can chat with me live, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. It's been your boy, the Panda. Peace out.